Good morning, everyone, and good morning, and welcome to Alka Rhea Show. Grateful to have each and every one of you join us. And today we're going to be, talking about the show is about real estate and mindset. And Rhea, she talks about the real estate, and I'll talk about from the mindset perspective. And together, her and I, we bridge the gap for your success. So today I'm going to be taking over the conversation, but before I do so, I want to introduce ourselves. My name is Alka,
My name is Rhea.
and welcome
Welcome to
to
our
our
show.
show. Alrighty, so today, you know what, that was a good point. Okay, 1 second. Yes, okay, perfect. Okay. Today, what I want to talk about is seeking failure. And so I want you to identify, I want you to identify in your life, where is it that you seek failure? Um, because when it comes to in reality, what ends up happening, we learn in life in general and business. We learn from our failures more so than our successes. So just because you have achieved a success, that is great. But having to learn and navigate through those difficult times, through that difficult situations or challenges that you have experienced in life enables you to move much forward. And so this diagram right here illustrates the point perfect. So the conscious mind, the conscious brain, you got your subconscious brain, which is the powerful part of your brain, because your subconscious is powerful because it's the feeling part of your mind. And if you respond to the brain in a way, in a negative way, so negative is the conscious, right? So that this, when you operate from the conscious, you've already quit, which is what I put here, because the quit is the negative that you're sending to the brain. And the subconscious is when you feel, the feeling part of your brain. So for as an example, if you are, as in your workplace, right, in your job, you are wanting a promotion. What do you do to go after your promotion? What are you doing? The actions that you take, the the affirmations, if you believe in those affirmations. But the affirmation is no good as well, right? That is no good, because you got to back up the affirmations with taking actions. And so the S, your subconscious mind, keeps you on track because it wants you to believe, it wants you to achieve, it wants you to take actions to towards your goals. And then the B right here at the bottom is the body, because your body is the instrument of your mind, and vice versa. So if your mind also, if it's not positive, it also kind of impacts your body. And how it impacts your body? Well, if you're always negative, if you're always seeking failure, failure is what you always end up doing. You fail in your work, you fail in life, you fail in anything, right? Because failure is how you operate, and is how we operate, is how we choose to believe whether we are going to achieve the success or we're not. And if we're not going to achieve the success and we don't believe that we are deserving of the success, guess what? You quit. You quit on your goals, you quit on life, you quit on your job, you quit on every single thing that comes into your life. So basically, failure is a resource that helps you to get out of those difficult situations. Failure allows you to see, oh my gosh, where am I today? Where am I now? whether it's in your job, in your business, in life, always ask yourself, where am I today that I can honestly say I have so much potential. I have the potential to do very, very well. And when you see and you know you have that potential, most of us don't do that. We don't do it. Why we don't do it? Because we don't believe. We don't believe that we can achieve so much. And as a result, as we've seen, failure is a setback that most people hold themselves back from ever achieving. So this is what I wanted to talk about today because, we're already in March. We're into the third month of 2026. And if you are saying to yourself, I'm a failure, I will not succeed, I'm this and I'm that, then, guess what, my friends? That is what you will get. That is what you will get because every time, your mind is very, very powerful, and what you say and then your actions will correspond to that. It is inevitable that, you're not going to achieve what you want. So this is the exercise that I want to set for you today. I'm just going to stop it right here because I know it is, when it comes to the mindset, there is, you've got to digest exactly, what I've said and what I want you to do. So what I want you to do is I want you to see as to where you are right now in your job, in life, in general. I want you to see that, and I want you to ask yourself to, where are you seeing, or where have you seen that when you track your progress, have you taken that quantum leap? Are you taking the quantum leap? Have you taken that quantum leap? And are you always then adjusting and readjusting and tweaking yourself? Because if you're not, then there is no improvement. So, seeking failure, it is one of my favorites because every time when I have, I go into, doing something, achieving that goal that I want. And if I know that I have failed, that's okay, not a big deal. But if you make the same mistakes and you keep on repeating those mistakes of where you failed, but you don't see any improvements, then that is when we have to kind of, track back. What are we doing? What has been done? What has not been done? So that it really helps you to solidify where you need to be. So I'm going to stop it right there. If you have any questions, that'd be amazing.
Thank you,
Rhea,
Alka.
yes.
I think that's I actually agree. That's right. So if I commit the same mistakes, the same failure, I need to ponder, reflect, and think of my mistakes, because if I do it the second time, that means it's just a repetition of what I did, and that's called insanity, because I'm not taking the time to reflect on how I can prevent that failure, that mistakes from happening again. I mean, we're all human. We do make mistakes. And if we do take risks, whether in our professional career, financial aspects, if we take risks, because we are taking risks, right? There is a chance of having failure, but it is not a total failure. Just like Thomas Edison, he didn't create the light bulb right away. It took him
Yeah,
10,000 steps, 10,000 ways to
right. Yeah.
get to the light bulb. So that
Mhm.
means that when we are trying to achieve our goals, there are 10,000 ways. And how I look at it, there are 10,000 ways to get there. Now we can
Right.
shorten that 1,000 ways. We can get probably 1,000 ways or even shorter, right, through the mistakes of others. Because like I said, all of us are humans. We do make mistakes. And so
Mhm.
how can we shorten the mistakes? It's through learning from others, from our mentors. So if I'm doing real estate, I've got to listen, read, know more from people who are doing it. I cannot just be doing it, banging my brain out, right? And doing
That's insanity, like you said.
it right. Why people invest in real properties? So there must be somewhere out there who's done what I did, and if they've written books, if they have a podcast, then I will, stay tuned to it, buy their audibles or buy their books, because that's already one way of the minimizing, of decreasing that step. Since 10,000 ways, just like Thomas Edison, we could be just 1,000 ways to get to our goal, to our one working light bulb.
Right. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. I mean, you know what? Thomas Edison didn't he wasn't a billionaire like overnight. It took time. It took time. Every good thing takes time. But if you're willing to seek, okay, what are the other options? What is another way? What can I do so that I can achieve success, right? So always think of, never give up. Never give up on what you set out to do, because you will never know if that one thing, that one obstacle, that one challenge that you were going towards, whatever endeavor that may be, and you thought it was difficult, B, there was a challenge and there was a roadblock as to, you couldn't get over that. And then C, you quit and thought, oh my God, it's so hard, I can't do it. And there were a lot of people, Rhea, that say, oh my God, it's so hard. Why am I doing this? I don't want to do it. Well, if you know that what you're about to, if you look forward into the timeline that you have, what is better to like keep on going, even though it's harder, even though you know that you have to do what is required of you, whether it's in your job, you got to do it. You got to do a presentation. You have to do it, but it's hard. Yes, everything is hard. But what are you doing? So as to Rio, to your point, that is so true. Is Thomas Edison, he rediscovered as to like, oh my God, there has to be a way. So my thank you for sharing, Ria. So what I want to challenge you today is I want you to see what are the quantum leaps that you want to take in life, in business. What is that quantum leap? How, then number two, how do you want to get there? What are you doing? What are the actions you need to take every day to get to that goal? All right, so that's my two challenges that I want to set for you by taking those quantum leaps. And if you feel it doesn't matter, just pick yourself up and just do it. Well, with that being said, we've come to the end of another amazing show. And thank you to each and every one for always joining in and being here with us. We really appreciate each and every one of you. So we will see you the same time come tomorrow morning. Make the rest of the day the best of your day. And we will see you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ria. All right.
See you.